The inheritance was from my grandmother, Dad's mother, who'd specifically left everything to me. Not him, not my siblings, just me. $847,000 and the beach house in Maine, where I'd spent every summer as a kid, learning to paint while she told stories about surviving the Depression. You were always special to her, Dad said, his voice dripping with false warmth as 3 lawyers in identical gray suits arranged documents across our dining table. But she wasn't in her right mind. Dementia. You know, Grandma had been sharp until the day she died. She'd called me 2 weeks before, reciting my social security number from memory just to prove her mind was intact. Your father will try to take it, she'd warned. Don't let him. The lead lawyer, a woman with predatory eyes, slid a paper toward me. This simply transfers the assets to their rightful place. The family trust your father manages. I didn't touch it. The will was clear, I said. Dad's mask slipped for a second. Linnea, be reasonable. You're 23. You'll blow through it on avocado toast and yoga retreats. That's when I noticed my Uncle Cameron in the corner, recording everything on his phone. My sister Thea sat frozen, gripping her coffee mug like a lifeline. Mom stared at her hands. Sign it, Dad commanded, or I'll contest the will. Drag this through court for years. You know I have the resources. The lawyers nodded in unison like trained seals. What Dad didn't know is that I'd been recording too, not just today, but for months. Every threat, every manipulation, every time he'd stolen from Grandma's accounts while she was alive. I had bank statements, forged signatures, emails where he discussed handling her estate before she was even sick. Actually, I said, pulling out my laptop, let's discuss what Grandma knew about your embezzlement. The room went silent. I opened the first file, security footage from Grandma's house showing Dad removing paintings, jewelry, and cash while she was at dialysis. Then the forensic accountant's report I'd commissioned showing $400,000 missing over 5 years. The lead lawyer's face changed. We weren't aware of any criminal activity. There isn't any. Dad snarled. She's bluffing. I played an audio recording. Grandma's voice, clear and strong. I'm removing my son from my will due to his repeated theft. Everything goes to Linnea, who has shown me what real family means. The lawyers began packing their briefcases. This meeting is over, the lead lawyer announced. Mr. Holt, you failed to disclose relevant information. We're terminating our representation effective immediately. Dad lunged across the table, grabbing for my laptop. Uncle Cameron finally spoke. Touch her, and I'm calling the police. I've been documenting your fraud for years, waiting for Linnea to be ready. I looked at Cameron, stunned. Grandma asked me to protect you, he said simply. She knew what kind of man my brother was. Dad stood there, calculating. Then he smiled. That same smile from when he'd convinced investors to pour money into his failed ventures. Fine, keep it. But you're dead to me. I've been dead to you since I was born female instead of the son you wanted, I replied. Grandma saw that. He stormed out. The lawyers followed. Mom finally looked up. I'm leaving him, she whispered. Grandma left me something too, evidence of his affairs. I was waiting to see if you'd cave. Thea laughed, actually laughed. The old lady planned everything, didn't she? I opened Grandma's final letter, the one her lawyer gave me that morning. My darling girl, by now your father has shown his true colors. The money is yours, but the real inheritance is freedom from his control. Use it wisely. Build the life we dreamed about during those summer painting sessions. And remember, the best revenge against a narcissist is living well without them. P.S. Check the beach house basement. I left something special. 2 weeks later, I stood in that basement surrounded by Grandma's hidden art collection, Monets, Picassos, pieces worth millions she'd bought cheap in the 1960s and never told anyone about. Dad had been right about one thing. Grandma did have favorites. She just had excellent taste in choosing them.